What's going on, everybody? We decided to do this one-off YouTube exclusive because, Alexis, did you get any sleep last night after Kirill the Thrill, what else are we calling him? Cappy, Happy,
Soviet
Capri
Savior,
Sun, Soviet
yeah.
Savior,
Whatever you want to go with.
Russian Rocket, whatever. I mean, unreal. What a performance by him in his NHL debut. Not only does he get his first career NHL goal in overtime for the game winner, he tacks on 2 apples in general to make it a 3-point night and give the Minnesota Wild the win. Did you sleep?
No, and I'm a very much like I get adrenaline after big wins in sports, which makes it even harder to sleep. So when the game finishes late and it's an exciting finish to the game, even if it's not like necessarily a team I'm cheering for, like if it's just a really exciting game, I just get so much adrenaline off of it. And then I just sit and think about it in bed and I can't fall asleep. So no, I didn't get much sleep because I was super excited about not only the Wild winning, but Kaprizov having a good start to his NHL career, his season and career with the Minnesota Wild. And it was the Wild don't get storybook endings very often, and they got a storybook ending last night. So that was, I think, almost the best part, was that it's just like, as a Wild fan and as someone who has covered this team and watched this team play for so many years, we don't see this, and we saw it last night. And so I think for me, that was one of the most exciting parts, aside from just the Wild getting a victory in opening night.
I mean, I think that's what everybody was wanting. You know, it's funny because I obviously had the opportunity to see him at training camp for the past week. And I told this to a couple people. I was on some podcasts this week and they'd asked me, what is Kaprizov like? And I was like, you know what, guys, he truly is the real deal. Like, I went into camp thinking like, okay, sure. You know, I was optimistic about him, but I was also a little, you know me, I'm kind of cynical sometimes, right? So I'm like, we'll see. And I mean, at camp, I was blown away, and I understood, like, sure, it's camp and, you know, you're playing with your teammates. It's all about gelling. It's not really about wowing, but there were things that he was willing to do and try that you don't see at on any other Wild team. Right. I mean, I think it's kind of funny. I laughed like after he scored on the breakaway of all things too. It's like, when is the last time the Wild have scored on a breakaway? I mean, it's these little plays, and unfortunately, Wild fans haven't been privy to seeing that in so long. And again, it's nice to see that he is the real deal. It is translating to the NHL level. It's translating again to NHL teams and NHL players of the high caliber. I think the most exciting thing for me is, so everybody was anxious about the scoring, right? Like always a highlight reel. The playmaking, like those assists that he had set up were phenomenal. Talk about those.
Well, not even just the assist necessarily, but just every time he had the puck on a stick, I mean, a couple things that really impressed me was he never held on to the puck for too long. He held on to it if he needed to, but he wasn't willing to pass it off and make a play if that opportunity was more appealing than him with the puck. So didn't keep the puck on a stick for long, which is something the Wild are notorious for doing, is trying to make the perfect play, holding onto the puck for too long, not taking shots. So that was really refreshing to see. His creativity was really nice to see. I saw a handful of no-look passes, behind the back passes, things that he was just doing that I'm like, wow, I can't believe that in game one he's this comfortable making these kind of plays. Right. So those couple things really impressed me. Like you said, tacking on 2 assists. I would have been happy with a 2-assist game and no goals if that's what would have been the final.
Because 25 goals. We're looking at 25 or bust, right? So he needed to go.
We need like one every couple games.
We need almost one every game. But no, I agree. I mean, and again, that's what I was saying. Like, he's not afraid to try these moves. Like, he has enough confidence in himself. And not to say that other forwards on the Wild lack confidence by any means, but there seems to be, they play it safe, and he doesn't play it safe, right? He goes for it, and it freaking works, and it's awesome. So we wanted to do this YouTube exclusive just to toot his horn, toot the Wild's horn. Let's get excited. The bigger question is, not only can he sustain this, but Alexis, are you excited to name your child Kirill?
Yeah, so I'm thrilled, actually. And I'm willing to, if this is what it had to come to for this to happen, that's fine. I will name my first child Kirill. It's funny because I was thinking of this tweet in my head, and I'm like, maybe I should say like dog or something, something simpler that I can like actually follow through with. And I'm like, no, it'll be funny.
To be clear, you're not with child right now.
I'm not with child. No, I'm not with dog either. I don't have anything to name anything right now. But I was like, maybe I'll do dog. That'll be easier. Then I was like, no, kid. Naming my kid after it will be way funnier. But I was like, what are the odds he actually scores? Like, not that likely. If anything, it'll be a funny tweet for 5 minutes, and then it's just gonna die in my Twitter feed, and no one will remember I even tweeted this. And sure enough, I get the tweet out and we get through a couple minutes of overtime and he scores the game winner. And I saw him going in on the breakaway. And
I couldn't believe it. Like, as a writer, that's something that you truly do. You want to happen, and you don't see it happening very often. So it was like, there's no way we get to write this storybook, right? Like, there's no way. And so
I saw so many people on Twitter saying that. They were like, what are the odds like Kaprizov scores the winner tonight? Like, are we really going to get that ending to this game? And I mean, like I said at the beginning of this, that's, I think, just what excited me the most was we don't get those storybook endings, and Wild fans, Wild media, the Minnesota Wild as a team got that storybook ending last night. And whatever happens this season, this is a game that people will remember just because of what Kaprizov did, the way that game ended.
A game he'll remember. You know, unfortunately for him, his NHL debut doesn't get to be in front of fans. It doesn't. He doesn't get to do the solo lap, right? I mean, there's some things missing, which is definitely a bummer given the world state. But I mean, something he gets to remember. And I think you thought he had confidence before. I'm sure he's got even more confidence now. Like, oh yeah, heck yeah, let's roll. Let's do this. I'm
excited to see how he plays on Saturday. I mean, if he had that comfortable and confident of a game one, I am so excited. I mean, I was excited going into game one. Now seeing one game under his belt, I can't wait to see what he does the rest of the season. And I'm sure Wild fans feel the same way.
I'm sure. And I think everybody around the NHL, that was the other exciting thing. I don't know if you saw, other teams were noticing, other fans from other teams were noticing, and it's like finally Minnesota gets a little recognition for something that's not being scored on.
He made that same exact comment last night. He was like, I am so excited to like turn on like NHL Network tomorrow and hear them talking good about the Wild. He was like, that's going to be so exciting. And I was like, that's true. We normally don't get to hear that. So good news today for Minnesota Wild fans.
Good news. Well, again, congrats to congrats to Kirill Kaprizov on a phenomenal debut. Congrats to you, Wild fans. You finally got to witness him in all of his glory. I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the season. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive content like this, little fun one-offs and cues with the Buttes. Naturally, we'll have another one of those this week as well. So new episode drops on Monday. Thanks for listening.